We know the story when there was a Jewish man and he went with a non-Jewish woman and he in public. And what happened? What happened over there was that Pinchas got up and he killed the Jewish man and the non-Jewish woman in the act of sinning together while they were doing the act of sinning. And the Gemara relates that 6 miracles happened over there by the story of Pinchas. So if you see Pinchas, it's a great sign for miracles. That's what the Gemara says. If you see the word, if you see the word Pinchas in your dream, Pen Yun Nun Chaf Samach, or most probably you see somebody who is described as Pinchas, or you see Pinchas himself, not just you see the letters of Pinchas in your dream. That's a sign of Pela Nasalo, that miracles will be happening to you in the future, just like it happened by Pinchas. So that's the message of Pinchas. Now, if you want to see, I think they might say someone, bless you. Some of the miracles that happened by Pinchas after Zimri, while he was sleeping with the, yes. What do you say? Pinchas in the Torah. Pinchas in the Torah. It says over there, some of the miracles were that he was able to actually, that he actually killed them in the spots, in their private areas of the man and the woman, and he was able to directly get those spots. Okay, very, very good. So that was one of the miracles. And another miracle was that he did not, he should have screamed out to the people of his shevet to save him. And he didn't scream out. Zimri didn't scream out. Another miracle was that if Zimri would have separated from the woman, then Pinchas would not have had the right to kill him. Morning, Nathan. But he didn't separate from the woman, and he was in the act, and therefore while he's doing the act of the sin, then Zimri had a right to go ahead and kill him. So all of those, some of the miracles that happened, and therefore if you see Pinchas, if Nathan sees Pinchas in his dream, great things will be happening, great miracles will be happening to him. The Gemara continues. Haroya pil b'chalom. If you see a elephant in your dream. So the elephant, well, the word elephant, now the word elephant has the word is pil and pella. Pella is wondrous. So if you see an elephant is a good sign, the Gemara says at this point, but we're going to see when it's a good sign, when it's not a good sign. Good morning, Moshe. So if pil b'chalom, someone sees an elephant in the dream, ployot nasalom, you're going to have a lot of great things happening to you. Pilim, if you see a number of elephants in your dream, you had a number of elephants in your dream, that's pili ployot. That many, in the plural, that many great things are going to happen to you if you see a lot of elephants in your dream. That's what the Gemara says. So the Gemara says, Vatanya, didn't we learn in a Braita, Kol mine chayot yofin l'chalom, all types of animals that are not domesticated, meaning call them wild animals, are very good to see in a dream, chutz min apil min akof, except an elephant and a monkey. We're on the bottom, Mr. Haber, the last words on Nun Vav on the base, 56b. A monkey is not a good thing to see in a dream, and this says an elephant is not a good thing to see in a dream. So the Gemara says there's a stira, there's a contradiction. One place it says that it's very good to see an elephant in a dream, because the word elephant is connected to the word pella, wondrous. And we have another place that says seeing an elephant in a dream is not a good thing. That's the Gemara's contradiction. Oh, okay. So why is not a good thing? So So Rashi says later on, an elephant is something very different than the usual type of animal. It stands out. It's very mishuneh, unusual type of animal. Something that's unusual. It's not a. So it seems like that's not a positive thing to see such a thing in a dream. It's something unusual. I mean, you could say, okay, but the Gemara does say that sometimes seeing an elephant in a dream is a good thing. And the Gemara, so, right, right. So what does the Gemara say? Look, Kasha. Look, maybe we'll see what the Gemara is going to say. It depends. How does it depend? Look on the page and Nun Zayin Amanav. Next page. Mazel Tov. Hadim Misarei, when it has a shadow, that's when it has a shadow, that's a very positive thing. Hadilo Misarei. And when it doesn't have a saddle, now, what's the difference in having a saddle and not having a saddle? Saddle means it's a domesticated animal. It lives among people, and that's a positive thing. But if it doesn't have a saddle, it indicates it's a wild elephant. So therefore, that's not something that's a positive thing. So that's the Hadulom Misari. So it depends. If the elephant has a saddle, it's a good sign. If it doesn't have a saddle, then it's not a good sign because it's something unusual. And unusual sounds like it's not the norm, and therefore it's considered something not a good sign. I saw one of the commentators say that says there was a portion of he said that a portion of the Dor HaFlaga, the generation that built the tower, that went against God, a portion of them turned to monkeys. How do you like that? You ever notice that monkeys they look like they have some more similarities to people, the ears and so on and so forth? Correct? So there's a Gemara that says that the portion of those people turned to monkeys. So therefore, seeing a monkey in a dream is a bad sign because they're alluding to something of wickedness, like the people of the generation of the Hadar Haflaga. You know, the people, these evolution people that are terrible, that they say that the people came from animals. Well, I bet I would speculate though. You look at the monkey, they'll say, look at the monkey. The monkey has similarities to a human being. So, but they didn't know that the Gemara said 2,000 years ago already about the monkeys. So we already told them about the monkeys, that the monkeys were, the part of them came from the, some of the people of the Dor HaFlaga turned to monkeys. Okay, let's continue more in the Gemara. Now we're on Nun Zayin Amar Aleph, 57a. Haroye Huna b'chalom. If somebody sees Huna in a dream, so if you see Huna in a dream, and so what is that a sign? And Huna has the Nun. What do you say? Rav Huna, the great Rabbi Huna. You see the word Huna in the dream, b'chalom, because the Gemara told even today, but even a person that doesn't know Rav Huna, but you see the words Hey, Vav, Nun, Aleph in the dream, that's Nes Naselo. The Nun of Huna is connected with the Nun of Nisim, of miracles. Al Hanisim, Al Furqan, it's the time period we're going to be starting Sunday night. Al Hanisim. So if you see Huna in your dream, it's a sign of miracles. If you see Chanina or Chananya or Yochanan, so in the Chanina, Chananya and Yochanan have two nuns in their names, right? Chanina, Chananya, Yochanan, two nuns and double nuns. It's a double. It's multiple miracles. It's a sign of multiple miracles are going to happen to you. Nisim nasalo. Many miracles are going to happen to him. Now, so it's a very good comment. One of the commentaries say there are other names that have multiple nuns besides Yochanan, Hananya. You know, you'll find other names. So why are these the names that the Gemara use as examples? So they want to say that the name itself is a very, the way the name is written is Chanina, like Chain, Chananya, Yochanan. Each one of these names has in it something, a connotation. It's something that you read in a positive way. Chain is like we find Yosef. He found chain, he found favor. His favor was found in everybody. And therefore, the word itself has in it the word of chain, of mirth, of favorable. So therefore, since the name itself has within it chain, plus it has multiple nuns, double nuns, so therefore that's why we say it's referring to a positive thing. It's a sign of many miracles happening. Now, the Gemara continues. Haroya hesped b'chalom. If somebody sees a eulogy in the chalom, that means he sees it, he sees the letters. Not that he sees a funeral, someone giving a eulogy. He sees the letters. Hey, Samach, hey, Dalet. A eulogy in a dream. What is it a sign of? Now, eulogy is said for someone who passed away. It's a sign that this person, there's a sign that Menashemayim chasu alav upaduh, that heaven had mercy on this person and he was redeemed, that he's alive. And that's the sign that why is Hashem sending him, showing him the letters hesped? He was worthy of having a hesped on him, a eulogy on him, but he was saved from that problem. The Gemara says, "Hani mili b'ksava." That's if you see these things written. You see the letters, Hey, Vav, Nun, Aleph, or you see Hes or Hesped. You see them, the letters. That's what we're talking about. Not that you actually saw a eulogy, someone delivering a eulogy. Rather, you saw the letters. If you see yourself in a dream answering Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach, every day you answer Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach. What happened at tonight? You saw Yehei Shmei Rabba in your dream, right? Every day, it's not something unusual for you to be connected with. But tonight, and you don't dream about it every day, Yehei Shmei Rabba. What happened that tonight you see Yehei Shmei Rabba in your dream? It muftach lo shehu ben olam haba. That's a sign that you are a man of going to the next world. Right. Great. So I would say there's something called there's the oral law, and there was something that was given over from rabbi to rabbi that this is the meaning of these dreams, and even though some of these things, let's say, even if things that were, let's say, Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach might not have been something that was at Sinai because the rabbis instituted the Kaddish later on, but the rabbis in their Ruach HaKodesh, so maybe the later rabbis in their great wisdom, were able to understand. They were able to interpret the meaning of these things. I am not able to interpret the meaning of these things. I don't have that knowledge to interpret. But right, so how did the rabbi know? The rabbi, based on his great vast knowledge, is able to figure out this is the message of why is he being shown this in the dream. So he says, now what do we say in the Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach? The Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach Olam Ulamei Maya means Hashem's name should be blessed. Olam Ulamei Maya. It's referring to this world, the next world. So therefore, the Kaddish is talking about, when you say Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach, Hashem's name should be blessed, Olam, forever, Olam Me'ol Maya, and that's also referring to the next world. So therefore, when you see that in a dream, it's connecting to the next world. Like, what do we say? Yiskadal v'yiskadash, this is Shmei Rabba, Hashem's name should be great, but Amad Divrot Yirtei v'Amlich Malchatei. We also you say v'yasmach b'konei v'kar mishichei, and that means that Hashem. What does v'yasmach b'konei v'kar mishichei mean? That is v'yasmach b'konei, that the redemption should grow forth v'karei mishichei, and Mashiach should come. So it's a sign of of Olam Haba, because you mentioned the Olmei Ulmayat. That's the next world. So that's a sign if you see a Heish Merabah Varach in a dream. Now, Hakori Kriya Shema. If you're reading Shema in your dream, what is that a sign of? You see yourself reading the Shema in your dream. That's a sign. Roish Atishral of Shechina. It's a sign that you're a person that's worthy, that the holy divine presence should rest on you. But the problem is the generation is not worthy to have it. That's why people today might not have that level of divine presence on them, because the generation is not worthy. Just like we had it when Hashem created light in the beginning. There was a certain light that he put away for the tzaddikim in the future, because the generation is not worthy to have that benefit from that light in this world. So therefore, sometimes, we can't get certain heights in this world because the generation is not worthy that we should have such a thing in our midst, such a person with this Shekhinah, this divine presence resting on him. I'm saying a person who accepts upon himself Shema, and Shema represents, what does Shema represent? Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. The focus, the meat and the potatoes of Shema is that pasuk. You need to have in mind translation of that pasuk when you say the Shema. If you don't have in mind the words of Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, what you're saying, you do not get credit for the Shema. You need to know Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. And which means you're focusing on the oneness and the greatness in Hashem. So you're connecting with God, and if you see that in your dream, you see that you're saying Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. You're really worthy. That means you're a person that's really worthy to be so connected, that level, to have Hashem have His divine presence on you. Now, what does it mean, Hashem having His divine presence on you? Obviously, it means that you will have greater understanding of things, and you'll have a certain closeness to Hashem. But the generation that we live in needs to be worthy, that a person should be given that holiness. And if the generation is not worthy, so Hashem did not give certain things to our generation. When the generation is not worthy, that this person living among us should have such a light, such a holiness. So that's what the Gemara says. Hamaniach tefillin b'chalom. You see yourself putting on tefillin in the dream, right? What is that a sign of? That's a great sign. Isapel l'gedula. It's a sign that you're going to be. It's a sign that something great's going to happen to you. You're going to be growing. You're going to be ascend a great. You're going to be put on a very high level. Shenema. You're going to reach greatness. Shenema. Ro kol amei oretz. The pasuk says that all the nations of the world will see ki Shem Hashem nikra alecha. They'll see the name of Hashem on you. They'll see you're wearing your tefillin, because in your tefillin you have the shin, the dalet, the yud. You have so they'll see it. You'll see your tefillin, and they'll be in awe of you. The pasuk says, "Tanya Rabbi Eliezer Godel Omer, Elu tefillin shebarosh." The pasuk says, when the Jewish people do the right things in life, when the nations of the world will see our tefillin. Remember, tefillin was one of those things that the Jewish people used to wear the whole day. It's only as generations got weaker and not as holy to have your tefillin on the whole day and to keep your body clean the whole day. It's hard enough to keep our body clean just during the time of davening. Right. You should know that. Right, very good. The reason why, even though we encourage women to do mitzvos. Generally, we encourage women to do mitzvahs that they're potter from. We encourage women to take a lulav and etrog. We encourage women to sit in the sukkah. If she's svared, she will not say a bracha on the lulav, according to most opinions, correct? If she's svared, she will not say a bracha on sitting in a sukkah. but we encourage her to go ahead and do that. She gets a mitzvah. She doesn't get the same level as the man, because the man is obligated. She's not obligated, but she gets a mitzvah. I once had a story. I was in the country, and we went out for lunch. It was Sukkot, Chalam was Sukkot, and we were sitting in a sukkah. There was a man with his family, a friend of mine with his family, and he says, "Rabbi, say a Dvar Torah." Say a Dvar Torah. That's what he asked me to do. So I said, "I'll say a Dvar Torah." I said they were sitting in the sukkah in the way the part of the sukkah wasn't such a part of the sukkah was good, and part of the sukkah wasn't good. Part of the schach was covering well, part was not. And his wife was sitting in the part that the schach wasn't covering well. So I said, I think it's best that your wife should move to the part of the sukkah that has the proper schach. So she'll get the mitzvah of sukkah. Because she's not obligated to sukkah, but she'll get the mitzvah of sukkah. But tefillin is the mitzvah we tell the women not to do. Because it's hard enough for the men, because that mitzvah, there's a possible, it's hard to do it right. So therefore, it's hard to keep the bodies clean. So therefore, we who are obligated in tefillin, we need to do the tefillin. But the women who are not obligated tefillin should not do a mitzvah which could possibly be done in an inappropriate way, because they might emit gas or whatever, which is not appropriate. That's why tefillin is one of the unique mitzvahs that we discourage, that we say the women should not do. But again, people will be wearing tefillin the whole day. So the Pasuk says, if you do the right things in life, that the nations of the world will look at the Jewish people, they'll see your tefillin, because that's part of the Jewish dress. In the old days, a guy would work in the shop, he had tefillin on. He worked in the shop, he had tefillin on. He had to go to the bathroom, he took off the tefillin, he went to the bathroom. So they'll see that you're wearing tefillin, and they'll be in awe of you. So that, now, when someone reaches a level of greatness, people are in awe. He's a president, he's a this. It used to be some sort of appreciation. Wow. So that's the sign of Gedulah. So if you see tefillin, and now if you see tefillin in your dream, it's a sign that you're going to reach Gedulah, symbolic of the idea that we find that you see specifically it's symbolic of the idea that the nations of the world, when they'll see us wearing tefillin, they'll be in awe of us. I mean, I don't think people understand and appreciate the holiness of tefillin. But the pasuk is saying that the nations of the world will see us wearing tefillin, and they'll be in awe of us, because the tefillin is like something very holy. Remember, the tefillin contains many names of Hashem are in the tefillin because of the parshiot that are in the tefillin. Shema, D'Chayim Shemoah, Kadesh, Vayikveach is all found in the tefillin. And even on the outside, you have the shin, you have the dalet, you have different things that represent the Hashem, that allude to Hashem. So the pasuk says, "Eilu tefillin shebarosh." Now, v'hamispalu b'chalom. If you see yourself davening, praying in a dream, it's also a great sign. Simin yafelo. It's a very good sign. The Gemara says, "V'hani milei." That's only if you didn't finish your prayers in the dream. As long as you see yourself, you're dreaming, you're praying, and you wake up in the middle of your prayer. You're praying. So wake up in the middle of praying. That's where it's a very good. What do you say? In the middle of you're middle of praying and you're dreaming, and you see yourself. You're up to atachone and other. No, I mean, if you sleep, are you still dreaming when you sleep talking? Yeah, I'm saying you're in the middle of dreaming, and then you see yourself davening, praying, you're in the middle of praying, your feet are together still, you didn't walk back the 3 steps, and then you wake up. That's a good sign. Afterwards, it doesn't say what it is. It doesn't indicate it's good or bad, but for it to be good, in the middle. Now, yes. Right. Right. If you want to think about something during the day and then you see it at night, it's more likely that that's a message from Hashem. Anything that you thought about by day and you see at night, that doesn't indicate too much, but maybe just a reflection of the day. But I see one of the commentators, the Sifsei Chacham said, what did he say? Why? Because if you're thinking about it by day, if I'm thinking about the travel, if I'm thinking about a guy saw a picture of somebody of an accident by day, and then he sees an accident in his dream at night, sees someone getting hurt in a dream at night. He saw violence in the day. So that's what's on your mind. So what's on your mind, most of the time you see that very commonly, you see that in a dream. That's what Rabbi Feinstein said in this week's parasha. It says, Rabbi Feinstein, Rabbi David Feinstein said, it says that when Yosef gives a second dream, that his second dream, he has a sun and the moon bowing down to him, right? So it says his father was waiting for when the dream would come to fruition. Why was his father waiting for when the dream would come to fruition? Yosef saw it, 11 stars and the sun and the moon bowing down to him. So what is the sun and the moon? The sun means his father, the moon means his mother, and the 11 stars means his brother. So the 11 stars, maybe Yosef was thinking, his brothers were claiming Yosef wanted to become this big ruler over them. So maybe he was dreaming by day about being a ruler. So therefore he sees even like the first dream. They had their bundles of wheat, and their bundles of wheat were bowing down to Yosef's bundle. So that's no proof that Yosef's dream means anything. Maybe Yosef's dreaming by day about being the leader. So that's why at night you're seeing the 11 bundles bowing down to you. What's right? But I'm saying why the first dream wasn't as strong as the second dream? Because the first dream shows 11 bundles bowing down to Yosef's bundle, right? So, and we're going to read about it, by the way, this morning. Not this morning, tomorrow morning, Thursday. The bundles bowing down to Yosef's bundle. So do you know what the brothers say? You know what you guys are doing? You're thinking of Yosef, you're thinking the whole day, you're thinking about being the next ruler. Therefore, that's why you see in your dream the 11 bundles represents the 11 things of wheat, the 11 tribes are bowing down to you, your 11 brothers. But in the next dream, when not only have the 11 stars bowing down to you, you have the sun and the moon bowing down to you. Who is the sun? Your father, your mother. Does anybody in his right mind ever dream by day that his father and mother will bow down to him? No. So therefore, Yaakov knows that this dream is going to come true. Yaakov knows that the second dream is going to come true. That's why the pasuk says, "Aviv shamar es hadavar." Yaakov was waiting when this dream was going to come to fruition. He knew it's going to happen. He knew, and maybe that could explain why Yaakov sent Yosef to his brothers to see how they were doing. Because he was betting on the dream that nothing would happen. It's a chiddush coming to the world right now. Maybe he was betting on the dream that nothing will happen to Yosef. Even though later on, when he sees something happen, he says, "Hey, it looks like Yosef got killed." He doesn't. But when he sent Yosef to see how his brothers are doing, he wasn't so concerned by sending Yosef to his brothers, because Yaakov maybe was confident that there will be eventually Yosef will be the ruler. So that's Vaviv Shamar es hadavar. That's why Yaakov was waiting for it to come in, because he definitely wasn't thinking about by day. Okay. Now, but the Sifsei Chachamim says on this Gemara of Daniel, to address your point, he says that a person, the fact that when a person was awake, if you daven with kavana, with proper intention, and he says he wants to say that most probably why were you shown in the dream praying in the dream? Because he wants to say most probably it indicates that you daven with great kavanah. Why did Hashem give you this dream about praying? Why are you praying? Also, if you're dreaming about it, it means it's a lot. Shows this is part of you. That means it's showing that you was probably an indicator of how you prayed during the day. That's why you saw that at night, because we said the concept that what you do by day, what we do by day, you see at night. But right, so why did you see this Shemona Esrei at night? Was davening, because it was probably you praying properly, you were praying beautifully by day, and that's a good sign. As long as you didn't. But that's if you're middle of praying. Right. I'm right. That's true. But here, if I think when you have a holy dream, when you see a tzaddik in your dream, I believe when you see certain things in the dream, it might be an indicator that, see, it's not saying that something It's not saying that something good is going to happen. It's a good sign for you. It says a lot about you. If you see a tzaddik in your dream, you see Rav Ovadia Yosef in your dream, what does it say about you? It says that there's something in you that's holy, that you're able to, that's in your conscience enough that you should be able, even if you were thinking about Rav Ovadia by daytime. Not everybody that thinks about Rav Ovadia is going to see him at night. It's also, it's a good sign if you're able to certain things, to be able to see certain things in your dream. So he wants that seems to be the point. Okay, so what does the Gemara say? Now the Gemara is we're gonna have a wild Gemara now. What's wild about it is what you're going to see in the dream. And look what the Gemara says. Habo'al imo b'chalom. Somebody who has in his dream, on the surface, it looks terrible. He's actually having relations with his mother in his dream. Now, it does, so what is this coming to indicate?
That's like the earlier beginning when he was translating.
By head, yeah. Right. We heard a lot of crazy things in the dream. So now what does this mean? We see coming on one's mother in a dream, it means being intimate with his mother. And a mother is referred to, we know with a pasuk that connects a mother with understanding, with understanding. So when it means seeing you with your mother in a dream, it means to say that you're connecting, that it's a sign of connecting with what the mother represents. And the mother represents understanding. One of the great things about a woman, about a mother, is she has certain understanding of things. And therefore, it's a sign that you're going to have great understanding. You know, there's certain people in life that understand things very well, and they can advise very properly. So that's what it means. You're connecting by seeing that in the dream. Why is God showing you that? God is showing you that to give you to tell you that you're going to merit the attribute, what a mother represents. That right. It's a very positive interpretation. Right. Right. So because why would Hashem? Right. It's right. It's very strange. It seems very strange on the surface that a message should be sent in such a way, because in itself it's not a clean thing to see such an act. That's why that's what I mean by saying it's wild. It's a difficult concept, that why should it be sent? Why should such a message be sent in such a way when it's not such a holy type of thing to see? Even to see such a thing is not. That's something that needs more work. Have a good day, everybody. We'll be tomorrow 7:45. 7:45, and the minyan will be 8:30. So we're going to treat ourselves to 1 hour later tomorrow, right? Okay. He's learned 7:45 the class, and then 8:30 with the minyan, followed by the minyan. You want to do 7:30 the class instead of 7:45? What's up? Whatever. 7:30. Fine, 7:30. Yeah, very good. Excellent. If it be 55 minutes, we get 5 minutes people to pray.
Okay, so
7:30.